Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing an NFL mock draft. Yes, we're doing an NFL mock draft. I was supposed to be doing an NFL mock draft like before free agency, but that just never came out. So we're just gonna do one after free agency. So let's just hop right in. So the Tennessee Titans are going to get Cam Ward. They haven't got a quarterback yet. So I feel like now is the perfect time for them to take Cam Ward. Now the Browns, they got Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson, and they might be getting Russell Wilson. Who knows? We don't know about that yet. So I feel like the Browns are going to skip on the QB, and I feel like they're going to take Abdul Carter. I feel like pair him up with Myles Garrett will be pretty cool. The New York Giants, we haven't heard anything about a quarterback going to the Giants. I feel like they're going to wait for a bit, and they're going to be getting Shador Sanders with that third overall. Now, the Patriots, they've been looking for a receiver. They can't get one, unfortunately. So, I feel like they're going to take the best receiver off the board. And I know, like, Travis Turner's probably good, but I'm going to have them taking Terry McMillan. And then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This whole team needs a reset. The only good player is Trevor Lawrence. Well, there is some other good guys on there, but Trevor Lawrence is probably the only good player, and he's pretty mid. But we're still going to have the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Travis Hunter with the fifth overall. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders, they don't have to worry about a quarterback. They got Geno Smith. But the running back room's ass, like, except for Raheem Mostert. Anyone else after Mostert's bad. So we're going to have them taking Ashton Jeanty with the 6th overall. The New York Jets, they need to work on that O-line. Like, the O-line's not the greatest. So we're going to have them taking Will Campbell with that 7th overall. Now, the Carolina Panthers need some help on the defense. Because, like, I know they've been working on the defense, but I think they need more help. So I feel like they'll be taking Will Johnson. Now, the New Orleans Saints need a lot of help around. And I feel like that they need a lot of help. But I feel like they go ahead and take a receiver in Matthew Golden, because I feel like Derek Carr can still be okay. But I think they need that other receiver to be better. The Chicago Bears, they're not looking for any offensive tackle. They just completely fixed that old line. I honestly, I'm going to have them taking a safety and this guy. Fuck, I don't know how to say his name, but Stocks. The San Francisco 49ers just lost everything. The Niners are in a shitty situation, but I do have them taking Mason Graham with the 11th overall pick. The Dallas Cowboys are desperately looking for a running back. Unfortunately, they're not going to get that, so they're going to be taking edge. They're going to be taking this guy for the edge. The Miami Dolphins, they need to work on the O-line. The O-line's not great. Even the safeties are not the greatest, so we're going to have the Dolphins taking the best player off the board with this guy. The Indianapolis Colts, they need tight end. They really need a tight end, so they're going to be taking Tyler Warren. The Atlanta Falcons, they kind of need a cornerback, but they also need defensive tackle, and I feel like they will be taking this guy, Derek Holman. I feel like they'll be taking him. They also on the Cardinals. I'm gonna have them taking Williams right here. They need to work on that edge. Same with the Bengals. The Bengals need to work on the edge. Russell, they gotta fix that. So I feel like they'll be taking James Pierce Jr. with the 17th overall pick. The Seattle Seahawks, they went from desperately needing a QB to having a good QB. I guess Sam Darnold went from being desperately with a receiver, but now they got Cooper Kupp. What else they need? Well, they need an offensive guard, and they'll be taking Tyler Booker with the 18th overall. The Buccaneers, they need to work on that cornerback, so we're gonna go and they're gonna be taking this guy. The Denver Broncos, they did a lot this offseason, and I feel like they're gonna be taking. I feel like they'll be taking Luther Bowden the third, because they kind of desperately need him. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers are interesting. They need a quarterback, and they need a quarterback pretty bad. Knowing the Steelers, they're not going. They could get Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. So they're the only two good quarterbacks left, basically in free agency. They're washed. So I don't know, but right now I do have a feeling that I have to search for this because it's pretty. Yeah, Jackson Dart is a pretty crazy thing to go for, but I feel like the Steelers are going to take Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart might go the same way as Kenny Pickett. So, yikes. The Los Angeles Chargers need to work on the tight end. They desperately need a tight end, so I'll have them taking Colton Loveland. And then the Packers, they need to take an edge, so I will have them taking Nick Sultan. Now the Minnesota Vikings, they need to work on a safety. They need that safety. They have they fix a lot of the defense, but they need to work on that safety. So I have them taking Nick and William. What the fuck? The Houston Texans, they need to work on that O line. That O line's so acid. They got rid of half of their O line. I'm taking the best O line. Banks Jr., best offensive tackle left on the board. And then the Los Angeles Rams, they went from being desperately needing a quarterback and all of that. Now, they need a linebacker to get to that. So we're going to be taking Jalen Walker. The Baltimore Ravens, they need a cornerback. They also need an edge, and I feel like they might take an edge. Maybe. Oh, I'll take. Yeah, no, actually, I think they might go offensive guard. Yeah, they're going to go offensive guard with Grace Sabo. Then the Detroit Lions need an edge. Need to work on that defense. I know the defense was good last year, but obviously the injuries just completely killed this team. So I have them taking an edge, and also the Washington Commandos also desperately need an edge rusher, but there's not a lot of good edges after that. So we'll be taking a cornerback, the best cornerback on the board. The Buffalo Bills. That will be taking T.J. Sanders. I'm just kidding. Buffalo not be taking T.J. Sanders, but I could see it because Buffalo is that type of fucking organization that are idiots that don't know how to run an organization. They overpaid Josh Allen. Anyways, I feel like the Buffalo Bills, they need to work on the defensive tackle. I do have them taking Walter Nolan. The Kansas City Chiefs, they need to work on that defensive tackle too. So I have them taking T.K. Williams. And then the Eagles, they need to have that edge. They need to work on the edge. But there's not a lot of good edge rushers unless there was Mike Green. I don't think he's not that good. So I do have them taking I think Mike Green might be the best. And yeah, this is my mock draft. So hope you guys enjoy. Here is my full mock draft. Just pause the video and see through it. Yeah, not bad mock draft. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. And also, if you disagree with the picks, then type down in the comments saying, oh, you disagree with that, and tell me why. Probably put a good reason, because that'd be cool too. Anyways.